Hello again. Um, Many of you know I've served on a number of transportation related committees, been involved in any number of related initiatives for years. Okay, one time a local representative, Congressman John Mica, who's a Republican, served Florida's 7th Congressional District, which is like Winter Park and surrounding areas. He was speaking at MetroPlan Orlando about his work when he was attempting to draft a new sorely needed transportation spending bill. See, Congressman Micah was at the time the chair of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee for the U.S. House of Representatives. As lead sponsor for the bill in the House, Congressman Micah worked with other committee members from both sides of the aisle to hammer out the details of one of the most comprehensive transportation spending bills and reforms since the establishment of the interstate highway system under President Eisenhower. Quite a long time, right? His story was a prime example of working with others under highly stressful circumstances. For this reason, I thought the story was fitting, considering our module is about dealing with conflict. Anyway, the measure Congressman Micah and the committee was proposing included reforms to cut red tape and generally streamline the bureaucratic process. The approval process for roadways and other transportation related projects. It would consolidate, eliminate a number of federal agencies and programs, ensure the states had more flexibility to direct um, resources to high priority needs. Some of the reforms included you know, uh, measures that would allow projects to move forward more efficiently and more according to local priorities, not just federal mandates. You see, construction costs they can escalate with time. And so the bill hoped to lower those costs by expediting the process. Now, the key takeaway is this. The previous transportation law contained over 6,300 earmarks, whereas this new transportation measure contained zero earmarks. Okay, if you don't know what an earmark is when you designate money for a particular project or a program, you set it aside. When you speak of earmarks in the legislative process, you're setting aside money for a particular project or program. So, of course, this is easy to do when you're not dealing with your money, right? All the money that Congress spends is tax dollars. A common negotiation strategy is to gain support for your program is when a legislator says, okay, I'm going to promise to support your program if you support my program. I'll help you to build your bridge in your district if you help me to construct my highway in my district. Okay, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Of course, as you can only imagine, construction costs can become exorbitant. In Congress, every congressman tax on his little part of, his little pet project or whatever. Yeah, okay, bringing home the bacon, sure, it works for the voters. You're creating jobs back home. So, yeah, you're a champion. You're the hero in the knight in shining armor when you come home because everybody's got a job. But these bills become super huge because everybody wants to bring home that bacon to their own voters. So here's the thing, though. The Transportation and Infrastructure Committee agreed to do things a little different. They agreed not to allow any earmarks at all. No backdoor deals, no trades. The legislators would have to resort to actually negotiating with each other, without any benefit of promises. Tough to say the least, right? However, the committee succeeded in passing the legislation, which went on to the Senate and eventually signed into law July 6, 2012 by President Obama. End result was that the Congressional Budget Office scored the bill with $16.3 billion in savings over the next decade, all because Congress was able to approve a 2.5-year transportation bill that ensured states could carry out important infrastructure projects and ensure long-term jobs in a hard-hit construction industry. Wow, good for them. They were actually working together, right? A good example of dealing with conflict. Okay, you're working with somebody across the table. They have a totally different ideology than you. You have to work it out. Okay, now here's your questions for your quiz. Those are my UCF students. Question number one: to what political party did Representative John Mica belong? Was it A, the Democratic Party, B, the Independent Party, C, the Republican Party, or D, no party affiliation? Question number 2, what answer best describes an earmark? Answer A, money set aside for a particular purpose. B, tax money used specifically to fund the construction of healthcare facilities only. C, a technique used by cashiers to verify the legitimacy of cash. Or D, a notch carved into livestock so they're more easily identified. And finally, question number 3, how many earmarks were used when legislators passed the previous transportation bill? A, 6,300. B, 2,500. C, 1,000. Or D, 0. All right, good luck.